within a second at the time when we pass away. And Allah will then make us understand, realize that this life was just a test. So what's the reason that Allah sent us to this world? For the test. What is the objective of this test that we are living? There's one objective. What is that? To please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is our objective of life? To please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So who do we have to please? Allah. Why? Why? Because when shaitan, he challenges Allah in the heavens, and the Quran tells us this event. Allah Ta'ala said, prostrate to Adam alayhi salam, and he became arrogant. What did shaitan do? He displeased Allah, didn't he? He displeased Allah, shaitan, and he stayed stubborn on his arrogance and stubbornness. Allah said, okay, so now you are stubborn, so I'll give you punishment for this, for displeasing me. We see in the Quran what happened to shaitan. Allah Ta'ala expelled him, and then he had the enmity, isn't it, with Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Due to that event, he had that clash, whatever happened. So Allah Ta'ala, also after that, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, he erred in what Allah Ta'ala told him to do, and then Allah Ta'ala gave the punishment, and that's why we're sitting in Bolton. Otherwise you'd be in Firdaus, and I'd be in another part of heaven, and we'd all be doing dhikr and enjoying. But there was a result. Our blessed father, who was our father, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, he carried out an action. Allah Ta'ala then gave a punishment. And this was all the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah Ta'ala said to Adam alayhi salam that come to the earth. And shaitan, he got the punishment. And what is it according to his status and the nonsense that he spoke? And Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, due to the action he carried out, he was sent to the earth. And what is the difference here? That shaitan, he kept on asking Allah for more time to commit his sins, more errors. That I want to carry on deviating people. Allah, give me more time. I want to deviate as many people as I can, said shaitan. And Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, what did he do? Subhanallah. He said, Allah, I've made a mistake. I've heard, I need to now somehow please my Rabb, my Lord. So there's a difference here, isn't it? The shaitan, he became more ignorant and stubborn. And he said, I want to take as many people as I can down with me. But Hazrat Adam alayhi salam said, Allah, I've committed an error. I want to please you. I want to make you happy for the rest of my life, Allah, so I can make up for my wrong. And he was taken out of there because Allah was unhappy. Allah was displeased. And today now, right now, we think for a few moments, let's think about our condition. Let's think about ourselves. Let's look around ourselves and around us. Wretchedness and loss and disrespect and our name rubbed in the dirt. What's the reason for this? What is the reason for this? What reason will we give for our sad state of affairs? Pathetic state of affairs. And this is all obvious. All of the negatives that occur with us in our lives are due to what? One reason. That Allah is unhappy with us. Allah is unhappy with us. Allah is displeased with us. And that's why we are in a wretched state today. That's it. So Allah Ta'ala says, if you please He who's on the arsh, Allah will please those on the earth. Straightforward formula. If we displease Allah, Allah will make the whole universe displeased with us. So why cry now? Why cry and sob? Yes, we have a lot of methods, so-called solutions, discussions. What shall we do? Let's do this. We need to do this. We need to do tawbah. And let's do this action. Thousands of methods are put forward to improve the scenario of our lives today. Let's do this. No, let's change this. Let's change this strategy. Or maybe we should do this. But we still have not understood the solution. We don't come to the crux of the solution. We don't come to the asal reason. What is the genuine reason, real reason that we have earned Allah's displeasure? And how can we turn it around so we can now start pleasing Allah? Until today we've not understood our real objective. We've realized and we accept that all our ma'amalat, all our situation that's around us today is due to the fact that Allah is unhappy with us. There's no other reason around the dunya. No other reason. There's only one reason, Allah Ta'ala's displeasure, that we have been made wretched and lost and in the darkness today. Yes? So Allah Ta'ala says that person who is wretched, who has got loss and punishment, he has no link with Allah and the adhab is coming on that person. If we want to please Allah so that our fortunes improve and our quality of life increases and improves, then there's only one way to please Allah. And that's that thing that we've left. Allah says, I will be pleased only through one medium, one solution. There's only one path. And we've left that path. And if we grab that path, then we'll see how close we are. As Umar radiyallahu anhu, he was the Amir. And I've told you this hadith before, various times I've presented in your service. and he sent a group and Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiyallahu anhu was the leader of that group. And you know in history what was their rank and status. He was Saifullah, he was the sword of Allah. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid, that was his title. And maybe in history, can we see anyone like this who was such a great brave person, brave individual? And he was selected by Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu. He went with the group of the Sahaba. Quite a long time passed, and in that tussle and clash, the Sahaba could not attain victory, but they just couldn't do that final push to overcome the enemy, and they were unhappy. And eventually Hazrat Khalid bin Walid and his group, the message was given to Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu. Now here the same Hazrat Khalid bin Walid said that whenever I used to raise my sword, and mashallah, it was all of us the same people, but we just could not push to the end to attain the success that we wanted. So we are giving you a message, how Amir al-Mu'mineen, we can understand what's the reason, please give us some advice. So Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu, look at his answer. He said that in the group you have got something lacking, that you have all the things you need, but there's one thing lacking. That Hazrat Umar said, oh, look around, what tools do you have, what resources do you have? Allah Akbar, they were great, unique people, who were examples for us. And what a great example. He said that the reason you are not getting success, the real reason is that you are not able to attain fatah and victory. And the reason for this is that you have compromised on the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Say subhanallah. Look at the solution that he analyzed and recognized. This is the shan, the quality of a mu'min, my friends. This is the life of a Muslim, of a mu'min. This is our status, our objective in the court of Allah. One. And this is the recognition. This is our point of identification. If we want to be saved from wretchedness, curse, loss, difficulty and dalala, then there's only one path, one way, sunnat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the beloved, beautiful path of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No power of the world, no means, nothing can save us from this situation. And look, if we see that wealth, you could have all the wealth and the money and the gold and the treasures, everything. Quarrel with people, how to throw bombs into mosques, how to kill people, how to destroy synagogues and churches. But the hukum of Islam is that if there's anywhere where anyone's life is under threat, how dare you, O Muslims, give threat and danger to a place of worship, whether a person's worshipping an idol or a church, whatever. First, remember the principle of Islam, you cannot give any threat to a place of worship. Don't cut the tree, don't say anything to an old woman, to a young child. Everyone's rights are protected. There was a Sahabi, a companion, he was arrested. It was his final moments. He was arrested and he was shackled by the chains, the Sahabi. And that house in which he was arrested, listen to this event. And he was lying there. There was Sahab, the Sahaba, I think, or Hazrat Khabab radiyallahu anhu, or some other Sahabi, I can't remember the name, radiyallahu anhu. And from that house, a child, he was playing. He was a child, a little kid. And he came towards the prisoner, the Sahabi, and he had a knife, and the child was there, and the child had the knife, and he came to the Sahabi, and he sat in the lap of the Sahabi, and he had the knife, and he had the child. Now today, if he was a Muslim of today, I've got your child, I've got the weapon, and he'd hold him hostage. And this is what's happening, isn't it? Now, he said, you've imprisoned me, I've taken the child as hostage, and otherwise if you don't, and is this not happening today? Are children not being killed? Are necks not being slit? Today's news, I'm telling you. The Sahaba of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So those people in the household, they were upset. They're thinking, what shall we do? Shall we leave him? Shall we free him? Or what shall we do? They're all watching. And the Sahabi, he's watching that they are all scared of me. He said, I am a Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm the companion. Our Nabi didn't teach us this, that we kill children or pain children. He is protected. He's like my child. So you give me the same punishment. You have to hit me and pain me just the same way you wanted. I won't try to take him hostage and free from it. And he gave love and kissed the child and released the child. This is our history. That all terrorism, wretchedness should be thrown on terrorism and fundamentalism and extremism. Why? When we read this event and story, why? Because Rasulullah, we have left his akhlaq and his sunnah. Wahid, one reason, my friends, why we are wretched in the world today. Doesn't matter, we can make long, tall minars on top of our masjids and signs of masjids, but unless the akhlaq of Rasulullah comes into our life,